4.
Yes, sir.
Quattro. So, what's up? What do you want to talk about?
Well, we can start on either of those
We could.
songs.
Oh, you want to talk about the songs?
Sure.
What was your song was Motown,
Yeah.
Mary Wells.
Yeah.
What was it? Bye Bye Baby.
Well, bye bye baby, I think.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I'm almost offended that you didn't think I'd like it, to be honest.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I loved it.
Okay.
I love all that kind of stuff.
That's excellent. Yeah, I'm like 100 years old.
Yeah.
Say it all the time.
Well, how old are you really?
33.
So you're probably actually 40.
Well,
You're an old soul?
I suppose.
Have people said I would say you're an old soul. People have told me that, whatever that means.
Yeah, whatever that means.
It just means you've read some books and impressed a few people.
This is a compliment or a put down.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah, you're right. It's about half and half.
Yeah.
You're an old soul.
Yeah. Here's some words about you.
Yeah. No, I remember getting that compliment when I was young. And even recently, actually, for some reason. But only from, very older people.
But I can make a tie between those two songs. Guys, we're going to have to put links in.
My song
something.
was Kid Cudi, Day and Night. Just for reference.
Yes.
But yeah, what was your connection?
There's a modern equivalent, because what I really like about that song, off the bat, is the vocal performance. It's just insanity that she's doing that.
Unedited stuff from the 50s?
Yeah.
60s, whatever that was.
But I also will dissect a song at the level of instrument. So sometimes I'll listen to a song and I'm just oh, I'm on the drums. This is what I'm paying attention to.
Oh, absolutely. Me too. Yeah.
So
I could listen to a song 10 times before I listen to the drums, and then I'll listen to the drums only.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, you're right. I like that you do that too.
And I do it with guitar. I'll do it with you mentioned the backup vocals. I'll listen to the song through that lens. I'll just So repeatability for songs to me is infinite, because I can appreciate things about it
For sure.
indefinitely.
Oh, I've listened to some albums where I'll listen to the whole album, and I'll be like, no, these are the songs I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
But then the 20th time I listen to the album, I'm like, oh, I do like that song.
Mm-hmm.
I heard something I didn't hear the first 19 times. It's weird. I don't know.
For certain.
But
there is, if I wanted to be modern about it, the connection I made was her and Kimbra, which is a modern singer who just sings
emulating
belty
that time period. Yeah, I would say.
So I seem to like that. Kenny always says he does not like female singers as a bass line, so it's rough for him. But,
that's a rule. I don't listen to ladies sing. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, that's how people will say, I don't like musicals.
Yeah.
It's they won't watch musicals.
Yeah.
Just because it's a musical.
Well, I don't think he's saying
They're lost.
that he wouldn't listen to it. I think what he's saying is it's already got negative points.
For sure. Yeah.
Which is fine if that's the way he is.
You gotta stick to your principles. I try not to do that.
Yeah, whenever I find one of those, I'm normally well, let me really explore that to see what it is about it that I don't like. But
oh yeah, okay. Well, I do that with movies. With certain actors, I'll be like, ugh, I don't like this person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm less likely to watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of a different thing, I guess. I don't know. No, it's about the same, just a different art form.
Yeah.
Even though most actors are not really artists, I don't think. Some of them are.
Some of them are.
John Leguizamo looking at you. Buddy.
Oh my God!
I just watched Encanto again the other day, man. I gotta mention it, but that's besides the point. All right. Do you want to talk any more about the songs?
Well, your turn.
Oh, that song? I just kind of like the beat.
It doesn't even need to be about that. No,
I mean, the more I listen to the lyrics, the more I realize it's very emo, something I would have loved even more in high school.
I see.
But it's still a great song, great beat. But it's one of those things too where I feel like it's written by a single person. Maybe I guess that the first song was too, because she just lost her man.
Oh.
I have to actually read the lyrics to that one.
Yeah, I don't listen. I don't care about the lyrics so much as the performance of it.
Sometimes that's another thing. When I read the lyrics, it's different than "Bye Bye Baby."
Oh no, it's certainly. Yeah, it's certainly a heartbreak song.
No, it's not Taylor Swift's. Okay.
It's Well Bye Bye Baby.
Oh, it's Well Bye Bye Baby. That's what I did wrong. Okay.
Yeah, it's...
Here we go. So, well, you know, you took my heart and you broke it apart. Why did our love, baby, yeah, have to ever start? Oof.
Goddamn.
See?
No. I know. I enjoy... There's a funny thing I've been talking about recently where I think it's so funny when there are huge divides between the like content of music and the delivery method. So if it's like a really happy beat and a really sad song,
Yes.
that's littered all throughout this genre and generation of
Yes,
music.
yes.
Like,
Well, yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
you can't get
exactly.
away from it. But I
No.
like this genre, so it just comes up.
I do too, and I like that in all genres. When even in like metal or like genres where not necessarily you're after the lyrical content. When you read the lyrics, you're like, huh, it's kind of interesting. But I would never be able to understand a lot of heavy metal lyrics unless I looked them up.
Oh yeah.
And then they become pretty cool, like semi-poetry, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
I was very briefly in a band where we thought it would be so funny to make like a metal song just singing about like rainbows and puppies and
Nice.
just like really happy music but delivered in a growly metal song.
That's one of my favorite. So it's like a certain kind of song where all the lyrics are just sort of self-referential and nonsensical, like Blues Traveler, The Hook.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good example. Or there's a King Crimson song. I can't think of it. But he talks about like, the chorus is literally, I'm going to have to write a chorus. We're going to need to write a chorus. Because this is the spot for the chorus.
I
Like,
see.
just the lyrics are talking about how they don't need to write lyrics.
Right. Right. Lyrics. Well, that's
Doesn't matter what I say.
Volta, right? He always says, he doesn't really put together lyrics.
That's
He
different.
hums the melody first, and then he puts words to the.
I love
hum.
that. Yeah, just because he
It's just
said like
here's the pattern.
they just sound rhythmically. These are the words that fit.
Yeah.
They don't mean anything to me really.
So exactly.
I love that. Norman Rockwell of lyrics, just throwing it together, but it looks good at the end. Well, actually, that's a bad example. No, Norman Rockwell, I'm a fan of. Who's the guy who threw the paint? And cigarette
Pollock.
butts. Pollock, Jackson Pollock. I hate that guy.
I hate that. Well, I mean, I think there's still even an argument to be said if you can try to understand that maybe the conceptualization of it is like the art of chaos or the art in chaos, whatever that might be.
Sure. I mean, that's all he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
RNG can be a beautiful thing.
I guess there is like noise music that's just that, like jazzy noise, which I guess would be that kind of chaos, right?
Yeah.
Because Mars Volta is very organized. It's very mathematical. It's not really chaotic. I guess some of the songs sound chaotic, but
Oh yeah.
it's all like very planned, I would assume.
Oh,
Yeah. It's not like jazz.
I believe that to be true too, but I don't know.
I'm sure some of it is. I don't know. I'm talking out my ass. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, it sounds chaotic to me. Not the first time. During my first brush with Volta, I would get out of my car. I was like 17, I must have been.
Yeah.
And I would just be like, I just listened to cocaine, and I would just act accordingly. Like, I'd listen to Volta and just be like, I'm a crazy person now. This is excellent.
Yeah.
Just really energetic. Punk rock, dude. Punk rock is it.
Oh yeah. Well, it's energy.
Yeah.
Because a lot of punk rock stuff is not based on like I can play really well or I can sing really well. It's just the energy.
Yeah. And
That's why I like Henry Rollins. He's always just like half singing, half screaming, half talking. Just this weird. It's like most people probably wouldn't say it's like musical singing talent, but he's just very unique, and it's the energy. Stage presence, I guess. Do you think you have stage presence, Eric? You've performed. You performed one time.
In my...
At least that I saw. Did you perform again?
For what?
Stand-up comedy? You
just,
did one time at the barbecue pit.
Yeah, and then I think I've done it 2 or 3 times more.
Where? Some open mic?
Yeah, open mics.
Oh, cool. How'd it go? Was this like around the same time you did the barbecue pit?
No,
you
this
played
was,
the pit?
No. This was years later. I did it, like, kind of probably within the last year and a half.
Oh.
Maybe within the last 3 years. I don't know.
Get up and do 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Solid 5?
Yeah. No, not a solid 5. I basically tell one joke where it gets a laugh.
Nice.
But
that's fun.
But I speak in long form, so that's
basically
I'm just throwing Hail Marys all the time. Like, I'm just like, I have maybe one joke where I'm like, they'll think this is funny, and I go and do that. But I try to never really. I don't like to go out because I don't like to repeat myself. I don't do the grinding thing. I'm just like, here's what I'm thinking about.
Right.
Well, is this funny? Because I think it is. That's basically what it is.
Exactly. Which I think is a lot of the time the best kind of comedy. Which is what a lot of comics probably do when they just go and perform, at the same club like every weekend. They probably just kind of play with the crowd, practice their new jokes that they wrote in the last week.
Yeah.
I don't know the life of a working comic.
It's not an ambition.
Besides their podcast, of course.
It's not an ambition that I have particularly, because I have opportunity to do it more often or to push myself to do it, but I'm not. So it doesn't seem to be something I truly care about. It's just something fun to do once and again.
Did you ever do like talent show stuff like in middle school growing up or anything, like elementary school, or like stage performance stuff?
Yeah, I was in like no, I can't even say that.
You weren't in any school plays or like community center plays or anything?
I was in like a Boy Scout reenactment once.
Okay. So was I, yep.
I got to yell, "The Redcoats are coming."
Oh, you were actually reenacting like Revolutionary War?
Yes.
Pretty sweet. The only thing we would do is Boy Scout summer camp, we would have to like do a little skit, like an SNL skit, each little troop. And everyone would just pick one of the like 10 jokes that every Boy Scout knew. And it would just be like, yeah, oh, you're doing that one? You're doing the invisible bench? Or like, it's just so stupid. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's like the first person that like sits down as if there's a bench there. And then the second person's like, what are you doing? Sitting on an invisible bench. Oh, I'll join you. And then the third person does the same thing. And then the fourth person's like, what are you guys doing? Sit on an invisible bench. And the guy says, oh, I moved it last week. And they all fall down. Oh, like hilarious.
That's a comic strip? In my head, that had to be a comic strip.
I'm sure it was. It was probably in, what was it called? Boys Life? Or the Boy Scout magazine.
Okay.
I'm sure it was a joke from there. It was just like, oh, yep, we all know that one. Just pray that the troop before us doesn't already do that sketch.
I see.
We have a Bring It On situation on our hands. Oh, man. Eliza Dushku, though. Say it again.
Yeah, that's a common our age boyhood crush.
See, I was kind of like an MC for a talent show thing in middle school where it was like me and 2 other students were chosen as like the funny kids, and we had to like introduce each act, and then we were doing like impressions of the teachers and just roasting our teacher. Oh, it was hilarious, dude.
We did one of those.
We killed with that stuff. The impressions, man.
All right, here's a long story, but I don't know, kick your feet up, enjoy.
I'm ready.
I was a camp counselor for school the senior year, need camp.
Right, yes.
I don't quite remember what the NEED
Oh, it was an acronym.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I knew that. Everyone around here does mention going to need camp.
Yeah.
Which does make it sound like...
It makes it sound like needs camp.
Like you need special needs camp?
Yeah.
No, but it was just the name, and it was an acronym.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what? Okay.
It's like natural environmental something.
Education.
Yeah. Development.
development. Okay.
That sounds right.
It's a boring
Anyway,
acronym.
go out and play in nature is what the camp is.
Right.
And I did that as a boy in the 6th grade, and then I went back as a counselor in senior year, and we did one of those skits.
Right.
And it was a sweet deal because it satisfied my requirement for
Oh, it was some kind of
community service. Like,
oh.
you had to have X number of hours of community service
for senior project thing or oh yeah okay.
to graduate.
Gotcha.
And so it just filled that requirement, and I was like, okay, absolutely. Week off of school, go play in nature.
That's pretty sweet.
Satisfy, yeah.
In my school, you had to do a senior project, which had to be something that benefited the community. And some people were lame and would just do like, I painted a bench in the park. Oh, great. But
I mean,
I didn't have to do one because I was switched to the Christian school. Haha.
it's wow.
Christian privilege.
No, I think that's I actually think that's a cool program. Hey, go out and
sure.
do something beneficial for the community.
Yep. Well, it was the same with the Eagle Scout stuff. If you ever, I don't know how long you were in Boy Scouts.
That was not very long.
But if you got to Eagle Scout rank, to actually get Eagle, which was the highest rank, you had to do a crazy, impressive community service project usually. Unless your Scoutmaster was a real putz, then he let you do whatever. But I never got that far because I couldn't tie knots.
Damn.
They'd test me for the next rank and be like, tie this knot. Like, I can't. Just put my hands in the air. Like, I'll just see myself out.
I see.
I liked everything else. I liked going camping, archery.
Yeah.
All that stuff is fun. But yeah, performing. I was just talking about like being on stage in front of a group of people has always been extremely stressful for me.
Oh
my God. Like when I was very young, my parents put me in some play where I was supposed to be like the snake in this play where it was a bunch of animals conversing, and come showtime, I saw all the people in the crowd. I was like, I can't go out there. I'm not going to go out there. I'm just going to start crying, and I'm not going out there.
Oh, no.
I was probably like 6, 7, I don't know, really young. Embarrassingly, I was probably like 10 or 12. I have no idea. No, I think I was younger than that. Stage fright, though, man. Did you get stage fright? Because how many people did you perform for at the open mics?
Oh, I don't know, 12.
Okay. That's still scary because they're like close to you then. They're just staring at you, no?
Well, it's other open micers watching other open micers.
Oh, okay.
So it's not even.
So that's probably the best audience to do that for, because they're actually probably going to get most of your bits, I would assume, more than like regular drunk people at a club.
No, I think not, because of that specifically. You're not getting a correct audience. It's very skewed. Can you tell jokes to comedians?
Well, okay. I mean, I think you can.
Yeah, absolutely you can.
But maybe are they more harsh just because comedians truly hate each other deep down?
Well, no, I don't think that at all.
Okay.
The problem is like it's not a proper reflection of an audience. It's not the same thing as doing stand-up.
Sure.
For
it would be like doing it for
people.
an audience of all doctors or all lawyers. Yeah. Honestly, it might be the same thing. Like you prefer a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then it's a challenge just getting everyone on board together.
Can you give baby food to a baby?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not that hard. They want it.
Oh, I see your point. It's like, this is a hard one. Yes? What is yes? Okay, I see what you mean. So yeah, they're okay. So you do want a challenge.
Yeah, they're prefaced to understand it the way that they would understand it, and one of their interests is
what you're doing.
Open micing. Yeah. So meh.
I see what you mean. All right. Do you want to hear some of my ranting points that I thought of?
Do it.
Some of these things that made me mad. So anyway.
New segment.
Yeah, new segment.
Oh, no. All
right, so Reddit, right? Reddit slowly has locked me out of reading all of my preferred Reddits because now they want me to use the app, and I don't like to use the app. You see, because it just means you can't take screenshots like in the app. It like locks you out of certain things, and it just makes me so mad. I'm like, I'm not getting another third-party program just to read these stupid things, and it really. And now the last, even the Tarkov one is like, you're gonna need the app for this mature content. Like mature content. It started with the more controversial Reddits I read, which I noticed. So kind of like a soft censorship of them. I assume, my paranoid mind is like, that's how they get, most people to stop reading these things.
Just so we know.
Put it on the app.
Cameron expresses anger with his hands.
Oh.
I'm seeing it.
So the other thing with Reddit, related to Reddit, which I'm not going to be using anymore at all, apparently, is that most journalism now, and I say that with air quotes, journalism, is just people writing internet articles where they quote Reddit or Twitter. And that's not news.
Yeah.
That's not journalism, everybody. You are fake. You are false. You are phony. And the things you are copy-pasting from Reddit and Twitter are not facts. Okay? That's the other thing. Reddit posts, everybody, fiction. Okay? I'm telling you, there are videos where people are just talking about, like, did you read this crazy story on Reddit? Can you believe this happened? Dude, I'm telling you, I bet there's just a group of authors who are like, this is the new medium. We're just going to write our stories as if they were Reddit posts, like, between two people that are going to die in a year, so they have I don't care. It's stupid fiction.
I don't read Reddit.
Oh, well, good.
Maybe if it's for, like, I'll look up games.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
what's the popular strategy on this?
Oh, and like fan art and stuff. I'll do that. That's cool stuff. News about a game like Tarkov or Street Fighter, they'll like put that on a Reddit. But I can't see that anymore.
The end.
I'm done. And it's just one less thing to take up my time, which is probably good.
Yeah.
Do other things. But the amount of freaking like oh my god. And then these people have the nerve at the bottom of their little quoting Twitter article to be like, I'm an editor-in-chief of a... No, you are not. No, you are not.
Well, I think, okay, so maybe what you're saying is, if you look at the way information is spread right now, it's all just kind of copy-pasta.
All of it is. It's completely that. But people are just being like, yeah, that's real. But it's just like we were talking about with Slender Man. Like, the more you believe in something, the more it's real. They're just going to... It's like money. Just like, if we believe it's real, it's real. So they're just like, oh, did you read this thing? Isn't that a sad story? No, not really. I mean, so is Romeo and Juliet. It's like the same freaking thing. I don't know. People are... But you're right, though. It's just the times. And in the same way that people read books, they get sad. Now they're reading fucking Reddit posts between fake people. I'm telling you, it's all fake. Whatever. Since the opening Anthony Reddit has gone down years ago. Now that was a toxic playground, my friend. Whew. But they all got in trouble for piling on like one dude in real life. Yeah. And they got shut down. I forget the term for it. Go ahead.
I mean, we're in the digital age. All bankruptcies, or not bankruptcies, what the heck?
That's our next war. Technological.
Yeah.
And biological. Right?
Well, what I was going to say is that's the new high seas. Is like that's where the crime happens. Yes. That's where people explore new things. That's where
hackers.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Parksy was sending me one of the Elon Musk's things, Neuralink, whatever thing, to like sync up computers with your brain and track your biometrics and all that stuff. It's like, well, yeah, and then you get your body hacked. No, thank you.
Ghost in the Shell, isn't that
exactly that? Dude.
Well, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, that's as soon as you have that kind of tech, it just opened. They're already having trouble with this. In a bunch of major productions. I'm trying to remember which companies, but it's like these companies that switched everything to automation and computerized production in their factories are getting hacked because now we can hack it. If you don't have people working there, you have a computer doing it. Well, now a hacker has the opportunity to hack it.
Yep. So
And
that will.
they will. They'll try and they'll do it.
Yeah. That's why you have to employ defense systems and like that. That's what I'm saying.
have
That's
to.
where things.
Yes.
That's where things are happening.
You have to, yeah. But that's where you have to hire the hackers to be your
Sure.
white hat boys.
Yeah.
You know, that's the smart move. That's why the CIA and the FBI had to change their rules about marijuana use because they hired all these young hackers, and these guys are like, "Well, I'll help you, but I am smoking all day long." Fair enough. We just need your help.
I see. I see.
Because that's who else do you need? That's who you're fighting. These dudes that just live on their computer.
Yeah.
I mean, so do I to a degree, but I'm not as cool as them. I have no ambition to wreak havoc for my own means.
Right. Nope.
I'm pretty happy.
Damn.
Are you happy, Eric?
Oh.
Do you want to wreak some havoc for your own means? Would you?
No, probably not.
No, that's good. You are pretty good aligned, which is good.
Although I have definitely been in a state-long traffic jam in Delaware once, where I did think, if I had a monster truck right now, I would go forward. Like, so maybe I betray my.
I'm trying to think of what song would you play? Would you put on the radio before you put it in gear? Gotta be something really like happy-go-lucky.
Oh, you think?
I like that dichotomy in movies where it's like a really cheerful song while something awful is happening.
I see. Tip Through the Tulips is the premier silly happy song. But
wow. Oh, that's horrible. The last thing these people hear is the approaching sound of Tiny Tim. You've cursed all these people. That's awful. No, there's so many good. I would love a lot of Elvis love songs. To me, would be good songs to go on rampages to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Devil in Disguise. Let's go.
Oh man, yeah. That would be a good one if like a woman was like getting like murder revenge on someone. I think like on a dude. Like,
Oh, is that so?
You're the devil in the sky. Oh, that would be great. Yeah, I do love Elvis.
He is great.
I've always been an Elvis and a Beatles man. I'm sorry, I
Same.
like both.
Yep. Well, I think the distinction they always make is Stones and the Beatles, and I'm not a Stones man.
I grew up more with the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that, but there's a lot of Rolling Stones. I feel like there's a lot more Rolling Stones music than Beatles.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've been around longer, but yeah, I don't know a lot of it. That's it. I mean, people will talk about the Rolling Stones and they'll mention songs that are not the 3 songs I know, basically. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, for sure. But I've never, I guess maybe once or twice I've heard a song and been like, oh, I like this. Who is this?
Yeah.
And it's the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
But it's not a.
I like the Who more than the Rolling Stones.
I also have never gotten really into the Who.
Big fans. Big fan myself of the Who. Yeah. Listen to anything. It rules. But I just think there was a Rolling Stones rock and roll circus. So they hosted like a variety show in like the maybe late 60s. I don't know. They were all dressed like real hippies, so
Okay.
probably 60s. And it was going to be like a weekly thing where they just had a bunch of newer bands on, play a song, and they have a bunch of hippie people in the audience hanging out.
So it's American Bandstand.
American Bandstand, but for the younger hip bands, you know. And then the Stones would come out and play at the end. Well, the Who played a quick one while he's away, which is like their like 12-minute song or whatever. It's like a little like suite of 3 songs basically. But it was it's amazing. And they had just come off tour. They were like ready to go and they blew the place up. And then the Stones weren't that good because they had like I forget why they weren't as good, but just they didn't sound as good. And everyone was like, "Wow, the Who really showed you guys up." And they were like, "Yep, we're never doing this again." That's the story anyway. I don't know if that's true, but also John Lennon performed with
A lot of
Keith
people.
Richards from the Stones,
Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton from Cream, and
What's his name? It's the drummer from Hendrix Experience.
Yes, that's right. And they played
Your Blues.
That's right. I love that song. I do like that a lot.
It is a great song.
And then they did just a weird, stupid thing with Yoko wailing. I don't know if you've seen that part.
No.
It's not great.
Maybe.
They're just doing like a jam, and then she's standing there just going. No, that was her thing.
So you like Yoko Ono? That's what I'm
I don't
hearing.
hate her, but I definitely don't like her. I mean, I appreciate. So when I was young, probably like 14, 15, my dad took me to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Yeah.
in Cleveland, and they have these little jukeboxes where you can just put on headphones. At least they used to, and literally listen to any song from any artist who's in the Hall of Fame. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I was just like looking up all these people: John Lennon, Yoko Ono. It was a John Lennon Yoko Ono album, and the one song is called 3 Minutes of Silence, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I pressed it, and I was like, "This is funny," because it's what it is. It's like I love this because I just love that kind of stupid.
Was it 3 Minutes of Silence by any chance?
Yes,
I
it
see.
was.
Nice.
And I was just standing there laughing, and my dad was like, "What is it? Like 3 Minutes of Silence?" And he was like, just rolls his eyes because he does not like Yoko Ono at all. But no, that was I listened to a lot of music that day. I was like, should we go see the exhibits? Like, no, I'm listening to every Johnny Cash song.
These are my exhibits. Yeah.
Because at that point, that was like maybe right as YouTube was getting going. So it wasn't like you could just search any song like you can now.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, I can listen to anything. I was still downloading music at that point. Pirate on the high seas, Eric. That's another thing. The internet is just becoming like we've gotten into the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie where the East India Company is just everywhere, dude. They control so much. You can't just sail your ship around and have fun anymore as a pirate.
Oh, yeah.
And everything is like another like checkpoint to get through to do anything.
That's true. I've been thinking about that.
It's terrible.
Well, I always...
And ads. And that's it. It's just ads and checkpoints.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, it sucks.
Yep.
And they're trickery, too, where I'll like open a new tab sometimes, and sometimes there will be a blank space here. And I'll go to click YouTube, and it'll switch with the blank space, and turn it into Hotels.com.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ooh, you tricky boys.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I totally understand that. To feel the weight of bureaucracy in your personal life is stupid.
Oh, my God. It's worse and worse.
I think to some degree, like when you're at work or in certain places where there's an intensified social contract happening, you should understand that part of that experience is the weight of bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Like, even the logistics of like getting one idea back and forth and confirming that you giving the Roger signal. I understand what you mean.
Yes.
That package of conversation takes time.
For sure.
To basically generate, whereas I already lost what I was talking about.
Roger. I'm just thinking of Star Wars droids now. Roger. Sir,
I lost
reporting. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't know where you're going.
I
was following you.
just burrowing.
That's fine.
I don't know.
Just burrowing, exactly. What else is new? What else is happening? Those were kind of the only things that made me really mad last week, as far as I can remember.
Well, wait, it was Reddit and Reddit.
Mostly Reddit, yeah.
I see.
I guess that was pretty much it. It was kind of all related to Reddit. And because even the journalism thing was just, tweets and comments from Reddit, which I don't appreciate.
I understand.
No. I mean, there's just no news anymore. Well, there is sometimes, but it's so rare. Like, my dad sent me one the other day. They just found some shipwreck, I think, near Argentina.
Oh, yeah,
I forget where it was. With a lot of gold.
Yeah.
Really cool. And, of course, it's a Spanish ship, so Spain's like, it's ours. And then the country where it's off the coast of is like, no, dude, it's ours.
Yeah, I see. I see.
So who gets the gold is the question. I said that to my dad. I said, who gets the gold?
Yep.
And he said, the man with no name.
What does that mean?
From spaghetti westerns.
I see.
The stranger, the man with no name,
I
always
see.
gets the
It's
gold.
up for grabs.
Dude.
It's up for
Hell
grabs.
yeah. No, he told me about this one called.
It's
I have to
amazing.
tell you the title of this because it blew me away. It is called. Because obviously you've seen Django Unchained,
Mm-hmm.
and there were a
I
bunch of
haven't,
old.
actually.
You haven't seen it?
No.
There's a bunch of old movies about that character Django.
Okay.
This is called Django Kill. If you live, shoot. And it's actually not about Django at all. They just used the name for the title because those movies were popular.
Mm-hmm.
But I was reading about this. We might have to watch this just as part of an episode. It's one of the. Apparently, you see the character, the stranger, claws his way out of a grave in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
2 Indians rescue him, nurse him back to health. Classic.
Mm-hmm.
He was part of a gang, robbed a shipment of gold nuggets, betrayed by the gang leader. Okay, check. The Indians have used some of the gold to mold bullets for his pistol, saying, "Gold bullets go deeper." Oh my God.
That's actually I imagine a plum lie. Gold is a soft metal.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's the same as in Gold. What the hell? This is the James Bond one. Man with the Golden Gun, where Christopher Lee plays Scaramanga, who's this international assassin who specifically is known for his little golden gun that shoots golden bullets.
Damn.
And he always kills in one shot.
Damn.
I don't think it's because of the bullets. It's just because he's good.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's like 3 or 4 pieces. It's like a pen. It's really funny when he puts it together. It's like a pen, a little square thing, and he has like 3 pieces. He could just disassemble it, reassemble it, and then he always just gets 1 bullet for each target.
Well. Damn, he's good.
He's very good. Lives alone on a private island, except for his manservant, who is a dwarf, played by Hervé Villachez. Rest in peace. And has like a fun house of traps just in case secret agents. No, I think it's just to train himself to kill James Bond.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
But also to trap him there. Like his goal is to trap him there, and so he like practices on like other people, I think. Like
so it's Rocky? Rocky 3?
What is? I don't think I've ever seen Rocky 3.
Or is it 2? Sorry, is Rocky 2? Which one has
The Russian?
Yeah.
4?
No.
3 then.
Yeah, I think it's Rocky 3.
I'm not as well versed in the Rocky series.
Oh damn. Well, that's
I know the first one the best.
That's the story you're describing to me right now.
Okay.
It's essentially
Interesting.
they made the big bad and he's been training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, this big bad made himself. This is the cool part.
Yep.
Scaramanga is, a solo act.
I see.
But yeah, anyway, golden bullets go deeper. I don't think so. But the rest of the movie, apparently he goes to a town where every character is just named, like the one character is just named like Abbott, and the one character is just named like Alderman, and they just have names that are like their jobs. It's like very fairy tale-esque.
Yeah.
But just a lot of nonsense. And I think it's in Italian. All Italian.
Do you do the thing, when you
I
learned...
always do the thing, Eric.
Sorry. Damn. First of all, excellent response and a knee-jerk reaction too. Shit.
Sorry. Do I do the thing? I was talking about Westerns, Italian.
Nope. Next.
Next. What other Westerns? Oh my God, there's so many fun Westerns. But you've never seen Django Unchained?
No,
It's
there's
fun.
there's a lot of westerns I don't think I've seen. It never.
I mean, it's a Tarantino movie. It
Yeah.
happens to take place in the Wild West, but it's a Tarantino movie.
I see. Yeah, I've always been shown Tarantino. I never watch it. If that makes any
Okay.
I don't seek him out.
No Kill Bill?
I've seen all the Kill Bills, but that's because Zach was like, "Yeah, watch these." And I was like,
I
"Okay."
enjoyed Kill Bill a lot. Reservoir Dogs I like. Right
Reservoir
there on the
Dogs
wall.
is good. That's a great movie.
Yeah. I like that
To me.
one. Yes. Pulp Fiction. I enjoy it, but it's not my favorite. I like
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, come on. Now, Jackie Brown is one I need to watch more. I've never actually seen that whole thing all the way through, which I think my dad's sending me a DVD and more books, which my wife's not going to be happy about, Eric. Don't tell her I'm getting more books from my dad.
Well.
Because she'll get rid of them all.
Damn.
But I haven't read them. Eric, I'm so bad at reading them, but I don't want to get rid of them because someday, what if the internet dies and the TV's gone and I have to just read books?
Someone needs to upkeep the hard
Yes,
the hard copy.
I know. I can be the keeper. At least of one author. He only sends me Elmore Leonard books, which is fine.
You goddamn librarian, are you, huh?
I would love to be.
Damn.
Page Master?
That is cool.
Great movie.
Then you have to deal with the fates and stuff like that, you know. I imagine if you're the keeper of the knowledge, you have a close relationship with fate and things like that.
You're definitely like, yeah, and you're not even as powerful as them.
Correct.
So you just kind of have to like be their bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna suck.
You're like, this is what we should do, and they're like, this is what we're doing, and you're like, but
all right,
but this is what we should do.
Guys.
Assistant manager.
Yeah.
That's
Oh God, it's the worst. No, I never. Vice president. No, thank you. Teddy Roosevelt said that. I think the vice president of the United States is the most worthless job in America. I think he said that. I don't know.
Damn.
He's a cool guy. I listened to Louis C.K. go through all the presidents with Shane Gillis, and it was like a 4-part, probably like 7-8 hour podcast.
I'm gonna be
incredible.
See if you can follow those.
Here we go.
The fact that there is like a figurehead, and that like if there is a symbolic position, if having one, they actually Batman is the worship of that being a symbolic. It's the same thing as Princess Bride, the Black Pirate, whatever that was. Dread Pirate
Roberts.
Yeah.
As long as there's a Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
And as long as there's a Batman, and as long as there's this symbolic figure, then
True.
So sometimes it's useful.
Well, it's when people say, "Oh, I respect the office. I don't necessarily respect the man." Because you're right. You need that. It's good to have that.
Yeah.
Now you just made me think of a Lupe Fiasco lyric that I just heard the other day. If they could get their hands on the mask that he wore on his face, they could put somebody else in his place.
I see. It's
a good song. Look it up.
Yeah.
It's called Hello Goodbye.
It's Hollingong, basically. Come and take it.
Heck yeah. Now we're talking. Talk Vikings. No, I do love that. And I didn't know about Harlem Gong.
Yeah.
Until that show. I mean, I assumed.
Are we sure it's real?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The Edge Stoop is real too. You know, having the old people jump off the cliff when they can't work anymore.
Yeah.
Or if they couldn't fight anymore either, basically.
Yeah.
It's like that's
be useful.
You do get a low level ticket into Valhalla for that.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna get a good seat at the table.
I see. Is that how it was set up?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. But if it's better than dying like of sickness at home.
Have
like
the glorious death as the.
Then you might be outside the door, like looking over the gate, like peeking through the window.
Well, it sounds like it's all still merciful, but there is definitely.
It's way better inside at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, ideally, obviously, you're gonna die with your enemy's sword through your chest, and then, oh man, then you get those Valkyries come pick you up.
Paradise.
Woo-wee.
Yeah. Isn't paradise a powerful motivator?
It is. It is. I like to believe in it. You know, whatever it may be.
I like to at least attempt to emulate it.
For sure.
Yeah. Try to make the situation better. I guess the idea.
It just feels better to do that.
It feels. Here's the guilt that I have about a lot of. Both the way that I act sometimes and the way that human beings act is we make the arrogant statement of I have control. Like if you're like to say, okay, I actually have a stake in this game and therefore I get to have a say in it. If I have stake, then I have say.
Yeah.
You're going to be really disappointed all the time.
For sure. Well, it's like, I guess
So it's
well,
really arrogant.
It's an active thing. It's a proactive thing too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you say, it's not. That's entropy. If you're just gonna be like, I'm going to heaven no matter what. It's like, well, no, you still have to be a good person. That's why I like Kingdom of Heaven, where the monk is like, if God exists, all he cares about is that you're a good man every day or not. Like, that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
It's like base level stuff, which I think is pretty easy. I mean, as far as alignments go, you want to talk about like D&D alignments in real life. Like, for me, I find it so hard to not be good at every crossroads. It's like I can't break my alignment. But I don't know how. Like, I think you can easily change alignments though, based on things that happen to you.
I don't know. I feel like I'm true neutral. Maybe because
that's tough.
I'm lawful chaotic. How does that work?
I don't think that's possible.
Right. So I think that's true neutral.
Yeah, but you can be chaotic neutral. No, you don't. Chaotic neutral is still gonna do some bad things, though, right? I believe. I don't really understand neutral truly. I think it's a bit of good and a bit of bad, right? It has to be in the middle.
Right. Well, I'm pretty well behaved.
Yeah.
But do I think that I'm not?
Chaotic good, maybe I'd give you.
Yeah.
But I often contemplate the alignments in Dungeons and Dragons. Don't play the game, but whatever.
It's just moral relatives that you use.
Right.
Yeah.
And some of them are really tough for me to think, conceive of a character that what they would act like with that thing, because I'm only familiar with good stuff.
Sure. How does that behave? And some of it is
and sometimes I do play an evil character in a video game. Like I'll do like all the bad stuff in a video game, and it's fun for me there because that's not my personality at all.
Right. I get to role play this scenario.
Right. But I don't know what chaotic good. So is that like a prankster, but all his pranks are for your own good?
Yeah, it's a leprechaun or something. It's just
like a bully who tells you to like get fit and get healthy. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
What the heck are you doing, man?
Do it this way. This is a good way to do it. Even though I don't know if I'm a great judge of that, I will constantly just be like, hey, you should do this. I'm just like, yeah. I guess I'm not a micromanager really at all. I shouldn't say that.
No, I don't know. I think you're pretty good at it.
But I'm like,
I feel like you're a good micromanager though. Because I would consider being a coach of a team, even, playing the game or not, would be a sense of micromanagement.
Yeah. I mean, so the degree to which you allow people to influence your decision making, that's often a big deal in like even the corporate, like the world.
Yeah.
I think a lot of employees need to stop just saying like, yeah, that's fine, because I got myself in a lot of trouble doing that. Like,
I see.
Developed myself as work situation where I was like, well, I don't like this at all, because I just kept being a yes man.
Yep. Well, yeah. I mean, you have to have some conflict sometimes.
Yeah. So, I would say
that's the only way to expand, to grow, through adversity,
and be, trying to be reasonable at what is, because basically what you're saying when you work for somebody is you can pay me to live.
Yeah.
So you kind of are basically saying, I'm your dog now. Like, it's not, but you could be a really good dog.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, you're right. And it pays to be a good dog. I mean, some jobs will give you more benefits than others, obviously. But
I have a problem. I mean, I'd take problem with that, but I also do very little to stop that from happening. Like, I don't like to be in that situation. I would love to just be like, I'm wealthy on my own means.
Right.
Which I think is everybody's ambition. Nobody really wants to be
somebody else's dog
on the hook. Yeah.
No, ideally everybody, especially now where there are so many silly opportunities for independent wealth and side hustle stuff, and like every other article you read is like, this college dropout works 2 hours a day and makes 80,000 a month. Like, great. It's like, what, on OnlyFans? Like, what is this? Come on.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. What I mean is that's a strategy you can employ for sure, which is interesting.
Well, I was just saying, like, compared to like when we were in middle school, now like these middle school, like if we were that age now, we could all be making YouTube money somehow, like potentially. But we didn't have that in. It's like you had to go get a job when we were in middle school if you wanted money.
Yeah.
But now it's like nobody gets a job. They just go on the internet and do one of 4 or 5 things on different sites. And I won't mention what those things are. You can imagine them for yourself.
I see.
But, you know, whether it's playing a game or...
Content as a career.
Exactly. I don't think we really had that option when we were in middle school. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's just more options for independent employment.
Yeah.
And that's why nobody wants to work. Because like you said, wouldn't you rather not be someone's bitch?
Yep. I guess the problem with that is that there's no such thing as a job without a boss. Even CEOs have board members and board members have, it's all subservient under, the dollar. In God we trust. Basically, we basically, threw that symbol up there and we're like.
Mm-hmm. By the way, did you see they turned George Washington's face on the quarter?
No.
I got a quarter the other day, and he's looking the other direction now. And he got a different little haircut style. Like, it really blew me away. I was like, who is that? Oh, George Washington, but he's looking the other way.
Interesting.
I don't know why. That would probably cost a lot of money to change the press, to change the machines that do that.
But you know what else it might have costed? Somebody didn't put the fucking stamp in the right way.
That'd be amazing. Joe, you put it on backwards.
That's how rare coins are made. Magic cards had the same thing growing up.
True.
There used to be
like an error.
It would be like a green creature that's printed blue. It'd be like, oh, misprint. This is worth something.
Woo. Yeah, I just read the other day, like VHS tapes are very valuable now.
Yeah.
But only if they're unopened, like unwrapped or wrapped up still. Like, well, okay, so that's none of mine that I ever had.
Yeah, rarity increases value. That's just how it is. Mm-hmm.
And it's always one of those things where it's always coming back around. So now bands are like making cassette tapes for new albums. Oh. VHS apparently is becoming a stupid thing that, nerds are like, oh.
It's just trendy.
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody did it once. It was like, I just like rewinding a tape and seeing it, doing the tracking. And I'm like, oh, wow, you're right. It's like putting on a vinyl record. And people are like, oh, yeah. I mean, I like doing that too.
Yeah.
But VHS is just a funny one to me. Well, the one band I like, Viagra Boys, their new album you can buy. I don't even see a way to buy it digitally right now. You can only buy it vinyl, CD, or cassette tape.
I think my father is contending with the market in demand for VHS tape.
Oh, really?
Probably not. I think he...
Unopened, though?
No. He just...
That's the problem.
He watches movies. He got a DVD player a long while ago. And so he has DVDs now, but he also still has VCRs, and he still likes to work on them when they break. So...
That's awesome.
He's like... Yeah, he'll just go to Goodwill or someplace and just pick up a armful
just to fix it?
No, armful of VHSs just to be like, hey, is there any good movies I haven't seen in there?
That's great. I respect that. I mean, my dad does the same thing, but he usually finds the DVDs. Well, if he can find the DVDs. Some movies aren't on DVD.
We were avid yard sailors, so you can get a lot of old stuff out of people's houses.
How funny is it? Anytime someone says yard sale, my mind instantly snaps to the best deal I ever found at a yard sale, which was I found N64 cartridge, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer for $3.
All right.
And I was just like, I picked it up and I was like, these people don't know this is probably worth $30. I was just like, quickly paid and left and played the hell out of that game. But it was just like, I felt so good. I was like, $3? This is the best. And I still remember that for some reason. Every time I see a yard sale sign, I'm like, I wonder if they have N64 games.
Not bad.
I still have that N60. Well, I don't have my original one, but I have some N64 games, and it's easier to emulate them on the computer. But it's fun to put a controller in, not to hook up an old TV though.
Dude, I still have a regular Nintendo that turns on, and sometimes it works.
That's awesome.
What
games do you have?
Contra
There aren't
1.
that many games, right? Contra. Holy
That's the
crap.
real problem. I have Contra 1, and therefore I don't really know what the other games I have are. I'm pretty sure I have what's it called? World Cup Soccer, the greatest game ever made.
Ooh-wee.
It's pretty much the funniest, and the game is ridiculous. I will always appreciate sports games because of that game, which was a regular Nintendo, like, cartoon drawn little sprites playing soccer.
I love soccer.
And there was like a special attack that you could do to the ball, and if you lined it up and kicked it right, it would just like peg people and they get injured and just be laying on the field. So you could take your strategy and make it offensive in nature and just remove their players until halftime.
It's amazing.
Just start killing the goalie couldn't die though. That was the only thing.
He was immortal.
So if you had a good enough goalie, he would just be champing the whole team. But yeah.
Could you control him too?
No.
Yeah, okay.
The game did it. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. But
that's how it is with a lot of like hockey games. Usually they don't let you control the goalie, which is annoying sometimes.
That game is amazing.
Super Mario Strikers, the soccer game.
Okay.
Mario soccer game was amazing.
Is that so?
And I don't usually like sports games, but all the like Mario Tennis, I would never play a tennis game, but damn, that was fun.
I have played it.
Hell yeah. I think there's a new Mario Strikers coming out, but I don't have a Switch. Probably never will. Buy me a Switch.
Well, all right, only because you asked.
Thank you.
Oh. Don't actually expect that. Thank you.
It's all right. No, I don't care. I don't need more things in my house. Come on, Eric.
I don't. Yeah, I'm
a
pretty
collector of things.
I could live in like. I always think I would be a great prisoner. Like, I can live on nothing in a small cell. I like bread and water. Like,
Oh, wow. That's a really shitty prison. Bread and water. Oh, that's so funny. I would be a great prisoner. Well, no, I've talked about this before, I'm sure, but it's like prison doesn't sound terrible except for the rape.
No.
That's the worst part.
Well,
like, if prison was just
everything's got a downside.
like a fight club / gym where you just train, fight, go to bed for like 6 months, and you just come out with cool tattoos and amazing muscles, but you were never under threat of rape, that just sounds like a good time. That would be like a monk retreat sort of thing.
Yeah.
You come out with like half a new religion,
Yeah.
bunch of new tattoos. That would be cool. But it's just that part. It's just the part about having to defend your butt.
Well, I mean, can't you do just a monk thing? Can't you go through a monk phase?
Yeah, but it's not the same energy.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that's like a monastery of violence.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn. A fucking new album name. New band
You're damn
name.
right.
Band
Monastery of Violence. If that's not already a band, I need to copyright that and sell it to somebody, because that is insane. Randy Bly's new side project, The Monastery of Violence. Call me, Randy. Let's do something together. No, honestly, that would be sick. You know, there was a sci-fi book series. What were the machines called? Oh, they were the Berserkers.
Okay.
These giant machines, like small moon-sized machines, with a single AI controlling them.
Okay.
And the one weapon they had was just like a beam that would just enrage you, just turn on all your violent rage thoughts, and just kill people around you. There was like a cult of humans who were worshiping berserkers, and they had one of these beams in their temple, and they would just go inside and like beam themselves and get all crazy.
That's amazing.
Was their worship of their metal god.
Yeah.
Great series of short stories and books. Berserkers. Yeah. Berserker Wars. Fred Saberhagen.
Is this what Civilization does? I've never played a Civ game. Have you?
I have. I played Civ 4.
Do you start at caveman?
Yeah, you can start at prehistoric, yeah.
And what? So does the civilization have like scripts that write its religion, or is it just kind of like an RNG? This is how it's going this way.
I believe at a certain point you have control over what your culture's religion will be. Like you can choose monotheism, you can choose polytheism, you can choose, atheism.
It would be a cool.
There's a bunch of things you can do. Like you could be like a Japanese society that, like I did the one where I was Japan and we were a monotheistic, faith-based, but fascist, like police state. But I made sure to never upgrade like 10 of my samurai units because you can just upgrade units as your tech grows.
Mm-hmm.
But I saved like 10 of my samurai units, from the old age, and they were in modern day. I was like, never get rid of these guys.
Yeah.
Maintained samurai. But the game ends, I think, usually when nuclear weapons or space travel gets going or starts. Like maybe sometimes it's like whoever's the first to go to space or the first.
I see.
You can play where you just nuke everybody, like try to kill everybody. But usually the UN forms and they ban nukes, and if you start researching nukes, everyone else will bully you. So same with slavery. Like when the world starts disagreeing with slavery, you really have to give up slavery or they'll get really mad.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of time usually. It's fun though. I mean, I haven't played one since 4. I'm sure there's like 2 or 3 since then. Leonard Nimoy used to narrate it, which was pretty sick. Like every time you upgraded a new tech, there'd be a little like blurb.
I see.
And it was Leonard Nimoy. Be like, whoa. No, and he would like quote something from the Bible, or he'd quote something from like some book about farming. It'd be like, "A man will pick up a hoe," and like that would be the one for farming. Or
I thought here's when you initially said that. Here's what I imagined.
Yes,
Leonard Nimoy played the game, and then gave a.
Leonard Nimoy, Let's Play Civilization.
Yeah. Basically, he like recorded a series of talking about.
Oh, that would be so great. Oh, I miss him. He also narrated a game called Sea Monkeys for Dreamcast.
Okay.
Which I don't know how much experience you had with the Dreamcast, but it was an incredible system ahead of its time.
Period.
Yeah. But it had a microphone you could plug in to the controller.
Okay.
And some games worked with the microphone. And Sea Monkey literally was like a little aquarium. And little sea monkeys start as these little things, and they grow into different forms and swim around, and you can feed them, and you can talk to them through the microphone. And they will learn words. It's pretty freaky. I mean, this is like from 2001, probably 2000.
Yeah.
And you could like remember us sitting around trying to teach these sea monkeys to swear, just like shit.
I think we tried that with Furbies.
Yes, for sure. Furbies I think they had the same technology where they would just pick up the words and just repeat it over and over, and they'd eventually learn things. But yeah, I remember the sea monkeys. We never got to swear. But the one time it did go, "Hey, Louis," and that was just incredible. We were probably laughing for an hour straight. But just a weird early microphone game. I mean, I don't know how many of those there were.
There was Hey You Pikachu.
Oh, yeah. The original Manhunt, you could distract enemies with a mic. Like, it wouldn't cause noise.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be like, "Hey," and they'd come check it out. Oh, my gosh.
Damn. Well.
Anyway. Is that enough of that?
I guess.
All right, let's do some plugs. Eric will be appearing at local mics all over Eastern Pennsylvania. You can you can catch him at...
Yeah, I might not, though.
All right.
Okay, so we didn't actually land on anything to discuss next time, but
no,
this time was a fine discussion.
I think it was fun. Yeah. All right. I love you, Eric.
Nice.
I'll talk to you later.